Hey everyone, welcome to this quick overview of our new dispatch map feature. Hopefully this can help make it a lot more efficient dispatching buses when you have a scheduled service. Today I'm just going to quickly go over how to use it so you can test it for yourself. Note that currently the buses are not linked up to the actual tool, so we're not going to get actual ETAs at stops, but we have some dummy buses placed in here so that it will show you routing and all the things you'll need to know to test the system and figure out if it works for you. So jumping right into it, what you can see here is the Seattle Express customer view. I should have provided you with the URL and login details to access it. If you go to the normal URL, you're just going to see the customer view. But if you go to the dashboard, that's where operators access a lot of other features and see all the routing and details. So if you should be able to see all these different tabs on the left side when you expand them. If you don't, you're probably just not logged in yet, so you might only see these two. Simply log in with the details that you should have been provided, and then you'll get access to all the features. The public-facing map just shows guests where their hotel is, and if they click on their hotel, they'll be able to see when a bus is actually going to be arriving based on its real-time location. But for operators, you're going to mainly be using this dispatch tab to create and dispatch your vehicles. How it works, you can expand your view simply by clicking this map icon on the right side. There's the standard addresses for your bus yard and pickup windows. You can simply edit in this drop-down column. So outbound just means that you're picking up at hotels first and then going to your destination, which in this case is the pier. Inbound would be the reverse. You're picking up passengers at the pier and then dropping them at their hotel. Don't worry about entering your city name. Just put the bus yard address, the destination, and this is an optional field. Probably don't need to use it yet, but if any buses were going to meet at a central location to exchange passengers, or a vehicle wasn't going all the way to the pier, it was just going to pick up at a hotel and then pass those passengers to another vehicle, this is where you could create that meeting point. Your pickup window is basically just the window when you want all passengers to be picked up. So if it was a 10 o'clock departure, maybe you want all passengers picked up between 9:30 in the morning and 10 o'clock. So that will just make sure that the dispatch will provide enough buses to be able to achieve this. Then your fleet is just your inventory of vehicles that are available. So right now I just have 5 25-seaters, 2 52-seaters, and 1 32-seater. You can change this how you want just by Xing one of the columns if you don't want those, or adding in whatever size you want here. We already have a 25-seater. I'll add in that 30-seater back, and I can save that. This box I wouldn't worry about too much. It's just another way for the algorithm to work. Sometimes the algorithm is essentially calculating the least amount of driving time that all collective vehicles will have to do. That sometimes makes it so that buses are picking up in different places versus only being confined to a certain area. So you can check this if you want to try the algorithm with that preference added, but for now I would leave that off. So now we're diving into the core of this, how to actually use the tool. Basically what you're going to be doing is adding your manifest, which is typically a downloaded Excel from your system, most likely Ventrata, that where all your bookings are. So I've got one on my desktop here, and what it shows you is once I've uploaded it, there was actually multiple bus times on that spreadsheet. So it's asking me which one I want to use. Let's just go with this 10 o'clock tour for now. So on the right side, I'll just click that load button. And what it's done, it's automatically populated all the hotels on that manifest. And for each hotel, it's showing me on the right side how many guests will be picked up at each of those hotel locations. I can do a check of this. If I'm happy with it, I can simply optimize and publish the map. So basically what it's doing is figuring out the most optimal way to pick up all these passengers with the inventory that you've supplied. And what is determined is that the minimum amount of buses required to pick up all these passengers in this pickup window is 4 buses of the 8 we had. And that's going to allow them to pick up between 9:30 and 10 o'clock for a total driving time of all the buses combined of 229 minutes. This just notification is saying that there might be efficiencies if we have additional larger buses, but if you don't, then you can ignore that. And now you can see what it's outputted is each vehicle. We can attach actual bus numbers with their capacity to this on the if we do move forward. But for now, it's just vehicle 1, which we gave a 25-person capacity, is going to be completely full by picking up these passengers at the 3 hotels. Shows you how many passengers at each of these hotels. And again, we can connect this to actually be able to see the guest names. But for now, it's just showing you numbers. And if I wanted to make any changes, like move passengers from bus 1 to bus 2, I can simply do that by just changing that right here. Bus 2 is showing us we have 2 pickup points, 38 people at stop 1, and then 4 people at stop 2. And then we have bus 3 and bus 4 also showing the pickups and the hotel locations. So once we route this into the map, we can minimize the pickups, the entries by clicking that map icon on the right. We're going to actually see how the buses have been routed. Maybe we want to see half and half. I tried to change the buses over, but there was too much capacity, so it detected that. I didn't think it saved that. So let me just run this again quickly to make sure we have everything right. And I won't change anything this time. And now I can look at my map that shows the distribution, and we'll go to our driver view, which is what drivers would be able to see. So this is driver of bus 1. He can see that he has these 3 pickup points, shows how many passengers he's going to pick up at each location. And again, we could add a button here with the actual manifest that says the guests' names they're picking up, and potentially link it to your booking system so you can check guests in instead of having to use another system. And so this bus 1, it's showing his route, shows the pickup locations. Each pickup is labeled by, this is bus 1, stop 1, where's bus 2, stop 2. And when the actual GPS trackers are linked in, well, we'll be able to see in this bottom area, in the black box area, where what the actual ETA is for the bus to arrive at that particular stop. And I think that essentially covers the core of how to test and use this tool. The main thing we're first trying to determine is if this tool is more efficient than you manually having to dispatch buses yourself. Hopefully the answer is an emphatic yes. But once that has been determined, then we can also look at adding a lot of extra features like the what I mentioned, adding the guest names, adding abilities to change more items, configuring hotels that only have space for smaller vehicles versus larger vehicles. So a lot of customizations that we can do within our map. So hopefully that gives you enough information to test this for yourself. I encourage you to try different manifests, different configurations, run them through this by uploading them to the dispatch tool, running the optimizer and seeing what comes out, and testing if it's more efficient than doing this yourself, and comparing it to how you've been dispatching your buses manually versus what it gives you. Any questions, please feel free to reach out. Hopefully that gives you a good start on using this automated dispatch tool.